I slowly open my eyes, and the smiling face of Hong Zhen enters my view. I can't help but blurt out, "I didn't expect you to be dead too." What a coincidence. Wow, what a thing to say. Hong Zhen frowns. "Snap out of it, will you? Look where we are." Am I still alive? It was then that I realized I was lying in Hong Zhen's hospital bed. Why am I lying here? That's a redundant question. I know for sure that the medical staff carried me here. I gave you a sedative last night, and you've been sleeping ever since. Sorry for taking up your bed. Where did you sleep last night? Um, didn't we say we'd be discharged early this morning? It's almost noon now. Why change the subject? Why the blush? How are you? I'm fine now. Alright, wait for me. I'll go right now. In fact, with her condition, she wasn't eligible for discharge. However, how many people in this world can afford the cost of continuous treatment? Very few, if I had to take a guess. Wow, the music's very happy now. Interesting. It was just all somber and sad and hospital-y now, right? But the music change is really great. We can see the start of something new happening here. Something great, something happy. Looking forward to it. I'll transfer the money to you later. No need, I said. But how can that be? You transferred over and it won't accept it. Then, will we meet again? For such a question, I was at a loss for how to respond. Even if I said yes, what about the next time we meet? Can we still live to see each other then? I pondered for a moment. Let me take you back. Don't you need to work? I'm already in this state. Do I still have to continue being exploited? Forget it. How do you live then? I've saved up a bit over the years from working, and since I won't live long anyway, I don't have many expenses. It's enough for me until I die. I never thought I would be able to say something so carefree, but the fact that she could ask me this question means, are you still going to work? It's not really work. Going to the orphanage to volunteer. I can't find a job in my current condition. Why did you move out of the orphanage in the first place? That's the rule. Adults who are intellectually normal and capable of self-care have to leave the orphanage. You have to move out with your condition? Isn't that inhumane? No, I moved out because I was in good health at the time, and there were no issues with my work or living situation. Interesting. So, I wonder what caused this. Everything changed a few months ago when my condition suddenly worsened, and as a result, I was let go from my job. The uncles and aunts at the orphanage tried to apply for me to return, but I didn't want to cause them any trouble. Now I go to the orphanage to help out every day. It lets me be with the children and also solves my food problem. You really like children, don't you? Yeah, actually, most of the children in the orphanage are either disabled or have congenital diseases like me. Because the healthy ones have all been adopted. Even so, I still feel that the children are the future. They are hope, and I feel very lucky. The uncles and aunts will apply for the highest standard of subsidies for me. Although I don't always get it, I'm very satisfied with this life. I never imagined her life would be like this. These children must have high treatment costs. Does the orphanage have so much funding? Or do they not have the money to spend on treatment? You buy lottery tickets? Huh? I'm asking if you've ever bought a lottery ticket. No. Why all of a sudden ask this? One of the uses of the welfare lottery is to raise funds for them. So that's how it is. The image of a gambler instantly became glorious and majestic in my mind. Although they all dream of getting rich, they are also making real contributions. Especially those who go bankrupt buying lottery tickets. Even if they lose their wives and children, their homes, and their lives, they still persist and persevere relentlessly. What kind of spirit is that? Are you going to orphanage now? Can I join you? Send me back? Or is there another meaning? Suddenly, I want to see what kind of place you grew up in, what kind of life you live every day, since I have nothing else to do anyway. Let's go. It's already lunchtime, and she and I bought some bread nearby to tide us over. As soon as we entered the orphanage, a group of children gathered around her. It was clear that the children liked her, chatting away. Sister, why weren't you here yesterday? I thought I'd never see you again. Yesterday I was sick, and it was thanks to this big brother that I was saved. Otherwise, you really wouldn't have seen me. I didn't expect to be able to smile like this in front of the children. The children stood there stunned, not saying a word. After a while, a little girl said in a very soft voice, "Thank you, big brother, for saving sister." "You're welcome. I didn't do anything. Your sister also saved my life." "Wow, what happened yesterday?" She and I exchanged smiles, neither of us saying anything, since one or two sentences wouldn't clarify things anyway. Big brother and sister are a good match. "Hey, what are you talking about, child?" Suddenly, a little boy rushed over and pushed me. He muttered under his breath, "I hate you. You're not welcome here." I was a bit at a loss for a moment. "That's not allowed. It's very impolite. This big brother is also terminally ill. Does he have the same illness as my sister?" "No, it's a different kind of illness." The little boy reluctantly said sorry and then ran off. I couldn't fit into this environment, didn't know what I could do, just watched them from the side. She probably noticed my embarrassment and pulled me out. "I'm sorry." "It's okay. Do these children know what terminally ill means?" "Of course. Didn't they ask from the start if they would never see me again? I thought you told them that you were going to a faraway place, or to heaven to protect them or something." Birth, aging, illness, and death are experiences everyone goes through. I think it's best to face it calmly. There's no need to hide it. Compared to suddenly leaving, it's better to tell them the truth early so they have enough time for psychological preparation. Isn't that better? You really think of everything. Now this is a question for all of you. Would you, or have you ever talked to a child in such, maybe not blunt terms, but talk to them about the cycle of life properly, right? Without using like imagery and all that. Myself personally, I do speak of it without all the imagery, right? And I feel that's more helpful for a child because they can actually understand why something happens rather than thinking something's happening because of whatever imagery you present to the child, right? That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. You really think of everything. Haven't you told anyone about your illness? Yes, there's no one I wanted to tell. How do you view life and death so clearly? Maybe because I've known about my illness since I can remember. Don't you feel regret or unwillingness? No, I think the meaning of life is not about its length, but about whether the process is wonderful. What does a wonderful life look like? I think living every day doing what you want is wonderful. For me, what does a wonderful life look like? I've never thought about this question, doing what I want to do. But my wish has always been to not have to work, to sleep as long as I want, to eat whatever I want. As it is now, can it be considered a dream come true? Thinking about it is quite sad. What can I do? What do you mean? What do volunteers need to do? You don't need to do anything. You're not a volunteer. I'm very grateful that you could accompany me here. If you're willing, you can play games with the children. Spare me. Is this your way of repaying my gratitude? I'd rather wash dishes or sweep the floor or something. I really want to tell her loudly. I don't want to, but I just can't say it. What to do? What reason can I find? What game? I don't know how to play. You don't really need to know how to play. Just play with them. It's that irresistible smile again. I have no choice. I have to grit my teeth and go through with it. Big brother wants to play a game with you. Are you welcome? Silence. That's great. I'm secretly delighted. After a while, a smaller child came over and said to me with unclear speech, "Big brother, tell us a story." Tell a story. I look at Hong Zhen with an innocent face. I can't. Just tell one when I ask you to. Okay. I'm throwing caution to the wind. Who in the world doesn't die? 18 years later, I'll be a brave man again. So I'm telling it. On a pitch black night, a young girl named Xiao Li was walking alone on a desolate path, with the dim streetlights flickering on and off. The cold wind howled in her ears, and faintly she could hear a woman's crying hidden in the wind. The crying sound was elusive. Xiao Li looked around, trying to find a source of the crying, but saw no one. The more she thought about it, the more scared she became, and she couldn't help but start running. The faster she ran, the less she dared to look back. Suddenly, a hand was placed on Xiao Li's shoulder from behind. Stop! What kind of story is that? A horror story? Who told you to tell that? You did. I didn't say to tell a horror story. Did I? You also didn't say it was not allowed. Tong Zhen kicked my butt.